Hello guys, you're watching Insight into Ukraine, and today we with professional guide Sophia will share with you secret places of Kyiv. You know, they are all located in the center of the city, but not a lot of tourists know about them. So welcome to the main square of Kyiv, which is known as Independence Square or Maidan Незалежності. And one of the oldest buildings which we have here is actually this arch. But be honest, it's new. It's only from 2009, but even though it stands on the old foundations of the arch which was here already in the 18th century. We have the restaurant under the ground, so it will be easier to find the real foundations there. Let's go. Inside we need to press the special button OB, which means Остання барикада. That is the name of the restaurant. Let's go! Yes, of course. So 2 more seconds and we're going to get inside of the restaurant. But as it's the secret place, we need to know the password to get there, which sounds as борітеся, поборете, which we can translate fight and win into English. So the door should open to us. And we need to cross through the whole restaurant, which is called as the last barricade, in the meaning of that oldest building which stayed here. Because in that place we had one of the main entrances to Kyiv of the 11th century. And to get inside, we will start with that wall, which is just behind your back. Let's get through these 72 hands, which symbolize 72 years of not being independent in the period of Soviet Union. So 72 years we spent as a part of Ukrainian Soviet Republic. So we need to break that wall to get into the history of independence. Together. Oh! So while we are trying to get to our foundations, we still have the chance to find up here the Museum of Revolutions of Ukraine. So here we have the wall which is dedicated to the last revolution, known as Revolution of Dignity. So you can figure out all these exhibits just right here in the middle of the restaurant. And what about restaurant?
Yeah, so as it's the museum restaurant, so you also can eat here. So that's a kind of a unique thing about the museum, right? Because you can eat here. So the thing is that it's totally 100% Ukrainian kitchen and even bar. So you can find here even Ukrainian Coke. Yeah, so everything here is done totally here in our country. And of course, this bar has its own secret. That bar took us to the big living room space, like for the intelligent of Ukrainian culture. So a few steps more and we'll be directly nearby the foundations of the 18th century. So welcome! Here we have these old foundations of the 18th century of the gate, which stand here to protect the territory of Kyiv Lavra Monastery. So this is that glass which we try to look through on the top under the Archangel Michael. So here we are under that glass.
Now I propose to go to the second place of our road, very well known around locals and tourists as a part of Old Kyiv Hill. There you can find the Museum of History of Ukraine and also some old foundations of the Church of the Tithe, which was the first stone church built in Kiev and Rus.
But not so many people know about the foundations of the palace of Prince Vladimir the Great, the same one who ordered to build this church. So let's come, I'll show you the place where they are hidden. So that is the vision how the palace could look like. So some foundations are already under us. You can see these pink blocks lie down on the top just directly near the pedestrian walk side, but it's still not the real one, which is hiding just around the corner. Let's go. Vladimir the Great had two palaces. The one which we are standing above is the Western Palace. It was built in the end of the 10th century, and you can see here some old foundations which is mixed with some old exhibition. So coins, weapon, pottery, so everything which could be probably used in the period of ancient history of Kyiv. This is Saint Sophia Church, the oldest temple we have in Kyiv. And nowadays tourists enter to this place through the main entrance inside of the bell tower. But can you imagine, in the 18th century, there was one more for the main leaders of the church, for the metropolitans. 4 minutes away from here in that direction, and we can find the secret spot more. Let's do this. An interesting fact, this is the most narrow street in Kyiv. The most narrow. So this white wall is already the part of Saint Sophia Cathedral. So the temple is just behind side. Here we are, nearby the Zaborovsky Gate, and originally the whole building is designed in Ukrainian Baroque style, which was very popular in the 18th century. So here you can see even two faces on the top with the triangle. So this is the drama and comedy of people's lives. On the top we have the sun and the memory of the heaven that we have there, some hope after we die. Up to my opinion, this place is also one of the perfect ones for your Instagram places in Kyiv. So you can come here or in the very early morning or in the late evening when the sun already sets, to make the perfect light for the whole construction. And of course it looks really cool for your own profile. Ну вырежешь паузу.
So why we are here on this crossroad?
So we are on the crossroad of two streets, Zolotovoritska and Reiterska. Just behind our backs we have Zoloty Vorota, the Golden Gate, which is one of the most popular touristic sites. But the problem of most tourists is that they pick Volodymyrska Street to continue their touristic road. They don't take this part of the city. But we have here something really interesting. This place is known not by just like some decorations or whatever, but by residentials of it, very well known and interesting symbols of Kyiv. So come on, let's get inside of the courtyard. Just a kind of 20 meters and we are exactly in the courtyard, which looks like the gallery. In 1990s, that place was used mostly by kind of mafia. So I promise you to show some unusual residential. So here they are, Karlusha and Krum. Karlusha is around 30 years old and she became the first bird who started to live here. So then we entered to the courtyard. I mentioned that that was the secret place of mafia, or kind of. So up to the rumors, one of their leaders wanted to have something unusual as his own symbol. So up to the legend, he went to the forest and found this bird with the broken wing, took it and started to take care of it. So there was the decision to build the cage for her. And as the place became known, in 2015 we also got here the picture, the mural on the wall, called as the bird of good news. As you can see here, one bird is white, so that is a symbol of hope, or kind of. The rest birds are black, so it's a symbol of some kind of mystery or disaster. So you need to remember that always, even in the darkness times, you can find the light, you can find hope. And one more interesting place which was opened here also not so long time ago, that's the cafe called Chestnut. Just several months ago, they also opened here the shop of interesting clothes and some old pins and stuff. So you can spend here some time playing ping pong, drinking coffee or tea, and enjoying the company of these birds. And we have one more last place which is hidden just 3-4 minutes away from here. Let's go. So now we are on Yaroslavi Val Street. The house is behind my back. It's number 14. It's 1 minute away from the Golden Gate, so you can find it quite easily.
Looks like art gallery.
Yeah, kind of. So we can get inside and figure out what is going on there.
Let's go.
So this gallery is called Set, and they don't have any frames about art. So you can find here or pictures or just photographs. They change exhibition from time to time. And it's important to know that Monday is the day off for that place. is the place with some hidden gem, we are going to find it on the second floor. So there are no signs that there is something on the second floor, but we know it. So let's go and check what we have there. So as the building is old, so it's from the beginning of the 20th century, thanks God that some decorations were saved, so you can feel yourself like a rich guy who lived in Kiev more than 100 years ago. Look at this window! Wow, so here in this room there's going to be a kind of the library and a private space for different lectures. It even could be a kind of the bar or something, because on the first floor is going to be some cafe soon. But the reason why we are here is not all these things, but this super balcony. We can enjoy here the view of Castle of a Baron. Also, just in front of us, we have the old Kiev, which is modern house of actor. Can you imagine this building was built by Vladimir, the same guy who owned house Vladimir, one of the most unique buildings in Kiev. And the whole perspective of Yaroslavl Wall is opening for us. That's the pleasure. Stay here and enjoy the temp of the rhythm of that street, drinking a cup of coffee or a glass of wine.
It's great atmosphere here.
So that was my top 5 interesting hidden spots which you can find in the city center, and believe me, you can find even more if you're interested in this. So I hope that you enjoy it all, Diana.
Yeah, today was an incredible day, and thank you so much for this excursion. See you next time.
See you next time in Kiev. Bye!
You know, even for me, as for Ukrainian girl, today was a lot of interesting and amazing things. And I'm so happy that Kyiv is still exciting, not only for tourists, but for local people too. There are so many different kinds of tours. Contact us and we will share with you them, and also advise you the best guides in the city. Follow us on Instagram and learn more about Ukraine. We publish many interesting tips about our country. Also, I make useful and informative stories every day, and it really makes me happy when all this information can help you with your travel to our beautiful country, Ukraine.